What is going on, miners, and welcome back to the Hobbyist Miner channel. Well, today we are talking about our first mining server case. I've never owned a server case for mining, so this is going to be exciting. So today we're going to go ahead and unbox our server case, review it, kind of take a look at all the fun fancy bells and whistles, and then we'll talk about our plans for a future video to set up a miner in it. First off, look at the size of this box. So I put a traditional ATX power supply next to this box here to show you guys just how big this thing is. So this is a 12 GPU server case to give you guys some perspective, but this is huge. And not only is this large, but this box weighs, I don't know, let me take a guess, 65 pounds? So I can't imagine shipping this thing from China. It must have been nuts. Anyways, let me go ahead and get this box opened up and we'll take a look at exactly what we're looking at. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to my new girlfriend, the Octominer X12 Ultra. This case is crazy. It is so much bigger than I expected or ever thought, and I'm really excited to finally dive into mining in a server case. Before we get too far into the video though, I want to give a special shout out to the team over at Octominer for shipping this to me all the way from China. Octominer went ahead and put together this sponsored video, and I'd like to go ahead and especially thank a Octominer team member for setting up this relationship, Chili. So thank you very much, Chili, for setting this up. I feel honored. So anyways, guys, let's take a look at what we got here. So this is the Octominer X12 Ultra. We have 3 power and reboot buttons on the front with some LED indicators. We have an informational screen as well that shows off the name of the rig, IP address, and also your temperatures. We have a USB drive in the front and this sweet hot swappable solid state drive. What do we got here? Oh, look at that. That is pretty cool. I like it. We also have 5 high CFM fans. We'll talk about these in a minute once we get the case open. And on the back side of our case, we have 3 1200 watt redundant power supplies, as well as on the bottom here, HDMI, some parallel ports, serial ports there, USB, USB 3, and a gigabit connection. And then we have all of our slots for our GPUs. So on the opposite side here, let's see what all came with this. We have some nice instructions here that they did provide us, which is awesome. In addition to that, we have our custom length PCIe cables for all 12 of our GPUs. So these all go into the Breakout board, and then these are all set lengths in order to meet the 12 GPU locations, which is really nice. The worst is having like too much PCI cable, so that's great. On the back side are 3 1200 watt power supplies, plug in here with the C13s, and then on the opposite side here we have this massive plug that kind of puts them all together. I probably won't use this, as I'll go ahead and plug directly all 3 of these into my PDU. There's no way we're even going to use all 3 of those 1200 watt power supplies, at least with the GPUs that I'm planning for this. We'll talk about that in a later video. So let me go ahead and get this case opened and we'll take a look at what's inside. So here it is, man. This is crazy, guys. This looks fantastic. I mean, I looked at pictures online and read up on this, but like finally opening this up is really, really impressive. This is one of the nicer ones that I've seen out there. So let me go ahead and remove this support bar. This is for the GPUs. It helps to hold the GPUs down after you've mounted them in here. If you go ahead and put the case vertical and you're storing it more, like if you imagine you had a rack and you had like 10 of these in a row, you could save efficiency and space in putting them up and down. So let me go ahead and remove this bar. You can remove it here and here, and then we'll go ahead and talk about everything we have inside. Okay, so what do we got here? So the motherboard is completely completely designed underneath of the power supply chassis here. And I don't know the full details on it. They offer a few different models of this for the CPU and also for the memory. So we'll have to see once we build this entirely out and get it powered up. This is what I'm most interested in. So the motherboard has this bridge here, and then it goes into this 12 slot setup here that we see, or 10 slots. So it's 10 here plus the additional 2 slots here at the end. This is really cool. So I know a lot of miners, like if you look at someone like REDPANDAMINING, he's gone ahead and done a lot of testing with, you know, taking a motherboard and putting in some very beefy like Threadripper AMD CPUs, and then trying to use splitters to see like how many he can do, how many cards he can support off of one motherboard. This is kind of interesting. Like, could we put something like this in place in other motherboards, and how would that work out? It's just, it really intrigues me as to this bridge design here. And it looks like this is completely designed, you know, has the Octominer design on there as well. And then down here it has B250 backplate, version 5 that we can see here. So this is really cool. I want to read up on this more. I want to learn more about this entire setup. You can see like there's a power module located next to each one of these that we do have on the board. So that really intrigues me. So taking a look at what else we have in this case, we also have our power supplies. So I went ahead and pulled this one out just to go ahead and show you guys what we're dealing with. So this is your traditional HP 1200 watt power supply that we see throughout the mining space. And we have 3 of these right now. Now these are totally, I won't even try to put this back in one-handed and see if I can do it. There we go, yay! So these are totally hot swappable, these 3. Each one's 1200 watts, so that does support up to 3600 watts at full capacity. You would run this at what, your 80% there, so not quite 3600 watts. So these go ahead and wire to, let's look on this side here, a large breakout board. And it's actually Octominer published here, you can see. Octominer 3X DPS 1200 watt version 0.20 12 pin. So we have a multitude of different slots that you can see here. So we have 6 and 6, so those are for our cards. That gives us 12. That actually leaves 1 extra slot here as well. And then we are supplying power to this guy, which is, as you look down here, this is a fan controller. It's actually a smart fan controller that it has built in. And then the rest of the power here is going down to like our motherboard, is going to our front LCD as well. And then we have power down to our solid state drive. So everything is based right around this unit here. The rest of this then, if we take a look at the case, is these massive 140 millimeter fans. These are 38 millimeters thick. And this is what I really want to show off. Is it gonna do it? There we go. 240 CFM at 3200 RPM. That is nuts. Maxing this thing out at like I have from AC Infinity, I thought 110 CFM fans were insane and I'd never seen them before. But to have 240 CFM fans, that is going to blow air across these cards so dang fast. But we have to remember, like, it is not necessarily the temperature of the air over the cards. It is actually more important of the amount of airflow. So this is a great option for us. Okay, so the Octominer X12 Ultra. What are we gonna do with this thing? I ask myself that a lot. So here are my plans for this case. So in a video next week, we're going to go ahead and build our Octominer X12 Ultra rig. And what GPUs are we going to use? So we're going to use, I actually had to turn off a bunch of my rigs in here so it was quieter for recording. That's why this rig is off. We are going to use these 12 Sapphire Nitro RX 470 4GB cards. We're going to mine Ravencoin in this case. So this case touts amazing airflow. So when I reached out to Octominer, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put this case to the test, and we're going to pack 12 GPUs in this mining Ravencoin. Those RX 470s get so warm, it's insane. I had them in a grow tent before I had them in my mining room. So this may be a fantastic solution for them, which is putting them in this case. And then the nice thing is because it has the smart fan controller, we can go ahead and have these things run on auto to keep the cards cool. I can't even imagine having to run these things on 100%. This thing would literally be a jet engine, but we'll test it out in our next build, which should be super exciting. Last piece, guys, this upcoming Saturday, so it depends when you're watching this, but this upcoming Saturday, the 11th of December at 12 p.m. Eastern, Octominer has partnered with one of the biggest crypto mining channels out there, REDPANDAMINING. Awesome guy. Anyways, they are doing a massive giveaway of a boatload of cases just like this, as well as Octominer swag and a bunch of other really cool stuff. So I'm going to put a link down below. If you guys are free on Saturday, go over there, check it out, enter the giveaway, and hopefully you guys win one of these, and then we can build ours together around the same time. That would be so cool. Finally, guys, Octominer has provided me a discount code. There's no commission based or anything like that. It's just a discount code for the hobbyist miner community. If you guys are interested in going and buying one of these, you can use the discount code at checkout, TheHobbyistMiner, and that will give you guys $25 off your purchase of an Octominer system. I am really excited for this. I'm not gonna lie, if this works out, I may have to buy a bunch more of these because I am impressed. I am super impressed. Anyways, guys, thank you guys very much to Octominer, and also a shout out to Chili for setting up this relationship and partnership between the hobbyist miner community and Octominer. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Take care.